A lot has happened in the past week that I think directly impacts Nord culture, and there's two main things I wanted to talk about this week, and that is news from Daggerheart, the system created by Critical Role and Darrington Press, and then news about Spider-Man. So, we're going to jump into this NatNews, something I haven't done in a while, to first talk about Daggerheart. A lot happened at Gen Con this year with Daggerheart, and then I think maybe some of this happened a little bit after, but I'm pretty sure most of this was Gen Con. They revealed class packs. So these will launch on Kickstarter in September, and they will include everything a player needs to play a class. From what I understand, there's things like the spells, abilities, stuff like that. They'll just be on cards for players to reference, and I really enjoy that. I'm a big fan of like the D&D spell cards because it's a tangible thing that I can keep track of instead of using like an app that I have to scroll through every time I want to pick a spell. And then they also announced a new romantasy campaign frame called With Love and Magic that is set to release in 2026. This will be like a matchmaking TTRPG, which I haven't heard a lot of those existing. I'm sure there's a decent number that I don't know about because that's not really my type of tabletop game in the first place. Daggerheart also announced that they will have actual play collaborations with people like Legends of Adventurous and Dungeons and Daddies. I am super stoked for this. Legends of Adventurous have taken the TTRPG world by storm in the last few years, and I'm super stoked for the tabletop module to come out in the next few months, hopefully, with Crooked Moon. I've been a Kickstarter backer for almost the entire campaign. I think I was one of the early backers. And then Dungeons and Daddies is one of my favorite TTRPG actual plays. I think the first season of Dungeons and Daddies might be my favorite season of D&D. I love the like dynamic with the parents of the kids coming to the I should really know the name of this. It's not the Lands Between, that's Elden Ring, but uh huh, the D&D campaign setting. I have no clue what it is, but coming to like this fantasy world to save the kids that got teleported as a soccer team. And then the second season of Dungeons and Daddies was solid. I really enjoyed it. I don't love it as much as the first season. I think that's the general consensus. But season three has made me so desperately want to play Call of Cthulhu. It's been a kind of intimidating system for me over the past few months, probably over the last couple of years, but I'm a big fan of like Eldritch horror, so like Lovecraft type stuff. So I've always been curious about Call of Cthulhu, and Dungeons and Daddies solidified that I need to find a way to play that game sometime. So hopefully that will happen eventually. This is a good time for a shameless plug for a new channel I'm launching. Should be coming out tomorrow, I think, called Trash Buddy Games. Tomorrow's video is just going to be an intro video. It's like 2 minutes long, just explaining what the channel will be. But it's mostly a game where I play games with friends, a channel where I play games with friends. So, like board games, card games, tabletop games, and things along those lines. And I'm super excited about it because I'm a big gamer and I'm really excited to show you guys myself playing D&D one of these days and other systems, maybe Daggerheart. Getting back to Daggerheart, Season 2 of Age of Umbra was also announced to be on the way. I do not know a like date that will be launching. I think that's still to be determined. The Daggerheart Homebrew Kit is now free to download on daggerheart.com. This can be used to create new classes, ancestries, campaign frames, gear, and more things along those lines. This is perfect for a DM or GM, I guess, in this situation that would like to homebrew more stuff for Daggerheart because it just gives you a guideline on how to do that for free. But it's also good for D&D players that want to learn more about making a class or kind of want to venture into that game master role. So I'm super excited about the homebrew kit. I might download it after this video, honestly. And then Daggerheart Ancestries are coming to Hero Forge in the miniatures creator. I'm stoked for this. So I am a huge Hero Forge fan. I get most of my D&D miniatures from Hero Forge for like players, but also for big NPCs and um the BBEG and all of that. I get Hero Forge minis for them. So my favorite thing right now is the flat acrylic minis because they are so much more affordable than like the painted minis. And the color on the acrylic mini just pops a lot. This is not sponsored by Hero Forge in any way, but I am a huge fan and I've been encouraging people to use the uh, miniatures creator for a few years now. And then dice sets are also coming from Dispel Dice, Botch Dice, and Misty Mountain Gaming. The only one I knew before this was Misty Mountain Gaming, and that's exciting because they make great dice. Jeremy Crawford also announced that he is working on a terrifying Inferno campaign for Daggerheart. I believe he likened it to Curse of Strahd, in the fact that he wants it to be that iconic horror campaign associated with Daggerheart. And then Chris Porkins is working on a series of adventures in the Daggerheart system that connect campaign frames. So it's supposed to connect the different books and things along those lines. Keith Baker and Jen Ellis are working on a brand new world for Daggerheart. They are known for creating the Eberron settings and then other TTRPGs like Phoenix Dawn Command, which I looked into a little bit before making this video. Phoenix Dawn Command seems very interesting to play, so I might have to look into that sometime soon too. If anybody in the comments has played it before, please leave a comment because I'm very curious about Phoenix Dawn Command. And then the last Daggerheart news that I wanted to talk about is Campaign 4 of Critical Role. So it's assumed that this will be a Daggerheart campaign since Critical Role is really pushing their new system for a good reason. It's incredibly popular right now and it's their own IP, so why wouldn't you walk inside of your own IP? Every main season, the long form seasons have been DM'd by Matt Mercer. And Campaign 4 is switching to Brennan Lee Mulligan. Now, Brennan Lee Mulligan is my favorite DM by far. I love Dimension 20. I love his time in like Exandria Unlimited. And I think he's just an incredible DM. I haven't seen him play really a system other than D&D and Kids on Bikes. So I'm excited to see him dive into Daggerheart. Matt Mercer will be a player in the campaign, which is also super exciting. Gets to flex his player chops. I'm sure, like every other Forever DM, he probably would love to play in a campaign. So that's exciting for him. Sadly, this does mean that Brennan Lee Mulligan might need to put his American Girl dreams on hold and not make those shoes.
As of today, I have dedicated myself to the craft and profession of making custom shoes for American Girl dolls. Ah, this is me!
But if anybody could juggle Dimension 20, Critical Role, and American Girl shoes, it would be Brennan Lee Mulligan. It seems like the guy has an incredible work ethic. It's also impressive that he has pretty much signed on for doing a campaign for a few years, just renewed his dropout contract, has a baby right now, like him and Isabel Warland had a child, I think, last year, and is doing the American Girl shoes, which is his true passion in all of this, and everything else is just to finance that. So, really excited for Critical Role, really excited for Brennan Lee Mulligan. I know he's good friends with Matt Mercer, so I'm sure that he is also super excited.
I promised myself I would cry, and it's just not happening.
Now to get into the Spider-Man suit. So the suit for Brand New Day was released in the past week. Initially, it was a teaser for the raised webbing on the suit. We didn't even get to see the full Spider-Man symbol. But then we got a reveal of Tom Holland in the full suit without the mask. Since then, we have gotten leaked pictures from the set of Brand New Day with him on like tanks and stuff. And the mask and the back of the suit are revealed in those leaked pictures. The mask looks like it will probably have the moving lenses again, which I love the moving lenses. It gives a good comic book vibe. Overall, I love the suit. It is colorful and it pays homage to the other Spider-Man that he's met in No Way Home. I do wish he had the round spider logo on the back because I am a huge fan of the round spider, but the new logo looks incredible. It is really well done, and I think it nods to Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man very heavily. I think probably more heavily than Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man with like the silver webbing and stuff. I have seen a lot of people saying it looks like Tom Holland has gotten fat, which I don't understand. I'm going to go into a little bit of a rant here, but the suit is a little looser and more practical than some of his other suits. I am sure they will probably make it a little bit tighter and more flattering in post production, but right now the suit's a little bit looser. It probably makes it easier to move around in. And Tom Holland's gotten older. He's 29 years old at this point, and I still think he looks like he's in great shape. He just did The Odyssey. He was filming that for a while, and he looks like he's in solid shape in The Odyssey also. But I just don't understand why people are saying he looks like he's gotten fat. I think he looks incredible. And I think the suit looks incredible. I am very excited for this. We also got a look at the Punisher suit that he's going to be wearing, probably in Brand New Day, I assume. So that's really exciting. I know Bruce Banner is going to be in this, at least, probably the Hawk. So I'm excited to see how they're going to tie that in. Scorpion got announced to be coming back, and that's exciting too. The actor played in Tom Holland's first Spider-Man movie and didn't really get a chance to shine after that. So it will be cool to see him get looped back in. I'm hoping the rumors that Mr. Negative is going to be the villain are true because I love Mr. Negative, especially since the Spider-Man game. I think they really gave him a chance to shine in there. There is a cat in the background. The cats have figured out how to get into this room, and I'm not going to be able to keep them out, so I've given up. But I think that's everything I have for Nat News today. I know there's been a lot of other stuff that has happened. There's been a lot of talk about the next modules for D&D. There's rumors about projects. There's a lot going on right now. I know James Gunn has said stuff about his new universe, but honestly, I just wanted to cover these two things today because they are the things I'm most excited about right now. And we'll go from there because, I mean, it takes a long time to research this kind of stuff, guys. So I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did like the video, please leave a like. Let me know if there's anything I missed from these announcements. Let me know if there's any exciting news that you've heard in the last couple of weeks. And honestly, let me know if I should continue doing that news. These videos don't get as much engagement as some of my other content, but I really enjoy talking about things going on in the world around me. So thank you guys for watching. I hope everybody is having an amazing day. You can like the video, you can subscribe, you can hit the notification bell. That's all fine. But for the most part, what I really want to say is until next time, guys, peace.